This is the Red Line, and I am your host, Jimmy Red. This is episode 11 of the Red Line. Mr. Tom Dano here decided he was going to join me again on episode 11. He had so much fun on episode 9, he couldn't stay away here.
It's against my better judgment, but I'm here. I'm here.
Well, we can't be mad you just came back. At least you come back, had a good time. So thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. This week, we got a pretty good agenda for you there. I think you'll like talking about a few of the things we got.
All right.
So first, we're going to start off with a little college football. Bowls are out. We know who's playing in what games. We know who's doing what. Penn State got left out. No surprise. Ohio State got left out. Big Ten didn't get in at all.
Yeah.
2 SEC schools. How do you feel that the committee did on putting the right teams in there? Did they select the best teams, or should the conference championship mean more to get into the playoffs?
So the easiest way for me to sum up my feelings on it, right, about the Big Ten and Ohio State, Penn State, that debate, whatever, Ohio State getting in. My knee-jerk reaction, obviously, is good. Ohio State got screwed, right? Because last year, Penn State won the Big Ten title, and they put Ohio State in. This year, Ohio State wins the Big Ten title, and they're not in. So my knee-jerk reaction is good. Good. They get to feel how we felt. But from the standpoint of the Big Ten being looked at as a power conference, this is the second year in a row that our champion has not been in the Final Four.
Yes, and that's very big for the committee. It shows that the committee doesn't only look at who's playing football, they look at where they're located. Because if you look at this region, there's only one team that is technically not located in the South. Clemson, South Carolina, South.
Yep.
Then you have Georgia in the South.
Yep.
Alabama in the South. The other one is Oklahoma. You can clarify them South if you'd like. They play in the Big 12. They're near Texas. So you can clarify them as in the South as well. This shows the committee thinks that that's where the talent comes from, is the South, which is very true because most of your recruits come from like California, Texas, Georgia, Florida. It's where most of your recruits come from. So no big deal there. The only problem is now ESPN has now limited themselves instead of a whole wide market of having your out west team from the Pac-12 and your middle team in the Big Ten and everybody else. They've limited themselves to a little region right here.
Yeah.
So does that hurt ESPN? And do you think the committee looked at that wrong because of doing that too?
Well, how much do you think of, because Clemson is number one.
Clemson's
correct?
one.
If they would have put Ohio State in over Alabama, you would have had the same game for the second year in a row.
Yeah, and they would have got throttled again.
Right.
Because they got throttled last year.
Last year it was what? Oklahoma and who was the other team in the Final Four
Bama.
last year? Bama.
It was Oklahoma, Bama, Ohio State, and Clemson last year.
So if you put Ohio State in again, well, yeah, I mean, it would have to move out Alabama, whatever. You basically
Alabama
got
don't
the
need to be in
same.
there.
You have three of the same four teams.
Yeah, that's why they need to make the playoff bigger.
I agree with you. They need to make the playoff bigger. I would start using the conference championships for your power conferences as like a de facto play-in game.
You have to have 6 teams.
Yeah.
You have to have 6 teams. Period.
6?
6.
And what, give somebody a bye?
Well, no. The way it's got to work, the way this has to work to have 6 teams in the playoffs, your Power 5s are automatically in. So your Big 12's in, your Pac-12's in.
Your conference
yes, all of them are in.
Okay.
Locks, guaranteed. And that leaves teams who are right there on the borderline. May not be a big conference. It may just be an American League, AAC, or something like that, and they go win their conference. They go undefeated. That gives them a shot to get in. UCF this year, undefeated, won their conference, doesn't have a shot to play for a national
So are you
title.
giving somebody a bye?
6 teams, that would be perfect. 5 conference plus
How are
1.
you gonna?
That's 3 games.
Yeah, but the playoff wouldn't work.
Well,
6 teams.
Yeah, it'd be a pain, but you'd have to. I don't
6
know.
teams.
It'd be a pain.
3 teams would win.
Well, you'd have to give a bye
You're gonna have
somewhere.
a triple threat game.
Yeah. It'd be a
triple threat game.
Well, I didn't go that far into thought.
Right. I mean,
But
it's.
But there would definitely, you would have to do it with at least that many teams because your conference champions have to get in, and there would and like you were saying, there would have to be a bye. And I don't know how you would decide that. That'd be tough.
Yeah.
You'd probably have to look at strength of schedule on that. In my mind, strength of schedule is the big deal that helped people get in, and ultimately why Ohio State didn't get in. That loss that they had against Oklahoma, no big deal because Oklahoma was bad to the bone this year.
Right.
But that loss to Iowa, that hurt. That was one of those. Ooh, boy.
It's the thing of college football, right, is even if they make it 8 teams, even if they make it 16 teams, even if they make it 32 teams, we see it in college basketball every year. There's always that controversy about who's going to get in. And the NCAA doesn't want that to go away.
Even in basketball,
because
same
it's
way.
the only reason that people are talking about college football right now.
Because it wants controversy. Just same thing like March Madness. Everybody wants March Madness. Like, who's in, who's not, who's in? There's 68 teams. Or 68 teams make it. 64 make it, and there's 3 play-in games or something. Like, 68 teams make this. And they always controversy. Who's getting in? There's 60. Yeah. You're telling me the team that gets in P16 is the team that's going to... No, I don't think so. So, it's crazy. I don't believe in any of that. And in other words, they had college football awards this week.
Yeah.
That was pretty sweet. Baker Mayfield obviously got the most hardware. Took home the Heisman, Maxwell Award, best quarterback play, or best player in college football.
I don't know what half of those awards mean.
Maxwell's for the quarterbacks, Heisman trophies.
I get so confused. They're like, oh, it's the prestigious Maxwell. And I'm like, I don't know what position that's for.
Oh, come on now, man. You don't know those?
I know, like, the Nagurski is for defense.
Yep.
There's a Walker
Award. Dope Walker Award.
Running back?
Walker Award, yep. It's running back.
Okay. What else is there? There's like awards for like the best wide receiver though, and it's all named after people that I don't know.
I don't remember the wide receiver one, but that was a good one to watch. This one probably will be a little touching to you. Your boy was in the running for best running back.
Yeah.
Got beat by Bryce Love.
Right.
How do you feel that Saquon got beat, being a Penn State guy, just on your end by Bryce Love?
Well, something we've discussed is that, excuse me, Saquon didn't have as good running back numbers, rushing yards, right, as Bryce Love. But Saquon had more all-purpose. Saquon had a whole lot of receiving yards, right? In my mind, that's a very bad look for the NCAA, whatever committees give out these awards, right? In that Saquon did what the team needed him to do. Frankly,
and that was basically a fifth
utility
wide receiver. He played backfield, came out of the backfield as a wide receiver, or he played slot and called it out of the slot. And that's what he did. He played wide receiver.
He did what the coach asked him to do.
Yes.
Did what the team asked him to do to get to a 10-2. Again, I'll always harp on this, but 4 points combined in 2 losses from being undefeated.
L's and L, though.
I know.
That's the worst part. The committee
you look back all that season and you think what could have been.
What could have been. And then the committee looks at it and says, well, they still got beat. And you're like, yeah, but Ohio State just won the conference title and got throttled by Iowa, and Iowa sucked. So,
I mean, that's the thing. But that was the Big Ten this year.
It was. They beat
Penn State beat
each other down.
Iowa beat the snot out of Ohio State.
Michigan got throttled by everybody this year, it seemed like.
Penn
State
lost to Michigan State.
Yep.
And Michigan State
beat Penn State.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
But it was all over the place all year.
It was a wild card this year in the Big Ten. It was kind of like one of those years where you think about
it's the way they break up the conferences.
Yeah, your West and your...
Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan State are all on one side of the conference.
Same conference. And you put Rutgers, Maryland, Illinois, all these in the other conference. And
it's Wisconsin on the other side.
Yeah,
that's it. That's basically it.
And Wisconsin had a pretty good team this year.
Right.
Like, I'm not saying...
But Ohio State exposed them.
They could have beat them, though. They only got to be by 6.
That was Wisconsin football, though.
But they should have beat them.
That style of football is Wisconsin football.
Like, can you name their quarterback to me?
Hornibrook.
There you go.
Is it still Hornibrook? Well, the only reason
it's Hornibrook.
His name's funny.
Yeah, not many people know who it is. Their biggest person they know is their running back, Jonathan Taylor.
Right.
And he's going to be good.
But that's Wisconsin football.
Yeah.
It's a pretty average quarterback, a good running back, incredible offensive line.
They're offensive. They're corn-fed up there, so they eat all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
A good defense. And they took that. If you asked me, and I'm not trying to sound like a genius here, right? But I've watched enough Big Ten football to kind of see, to kind of like understand how Wisconsin football goes when they're in big games.
Yep.
Ohio State jumped out early.
Way early.
Right? Wisconsin reached back up, drug them into the mud. Wisconsin likes to play mud football.
And that's how they've always played.
Physical, run it down your throat. And then it gets them back in the game, keeps them in contention. And then finally, the athleticism and all the advantages of Ohio State, they break free and they end up winning the game.
New level. A completely new level. And definitely not surprised by the outcome. I figured Ohio State was going to win it. But I definitely wanted Wisconsin to win it because Big Ten would have been in. I know they would have probably got beat pretty bad, but they think they needed to be in.
Yeah.
Games, we know who they are. Rose Bowl set.
Yep.
That's the one. If I had any choice to go to, I'm going to the Rose Bowl.
Yep.
That, in my mind, the Rose Bowl is the most prestigious because it's the granddaddy of them all.
Yep.
And it's going to be the one who declares who wins the national title.
Penn State's playing Washington?
Yeah, Washington. But we're going to kill them.
Yeah.
We're going to kill them. It's bad. And then Ohio State plays USC, I think is who it is.
I wanted to see Penn State Miami.
That would have been a good game.
That would have been a good game.
Because Penn State's got that high-powered offense, and they got that good defense. Yeah.
Yep.
But I think Clemson showed how you can roll through that defense.
That was incredible.
Oh, my God.
Incredible.
They rolled through them like they didn't even show up for that game. I don't know what it was. The U went, whoa. It's a funny thing here. This is how completely wild I look at stuff. They got that commercial where they got all the mascots to come out and do all that commercial for like whatever it is.
The dancing, yeah.
Yeah, and they stand out there, and there's the guy with the U going like this. And the only thing I'm thinking is, I remember seeing this guy at game day when we went, and he's got it the wrong direction because they just got throttled.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's going through my mind when I see that commercial.
Yep.
So,
That's because you have a problem.
yeah, I got a pretty bad
And you
one.
diagnose everything, even the commercials about mascots dancing.
Yeah.
Yep, you got a problem.
And then I was wondering if it was the same guy even. I was like, is that the same guy we saw?
Probably not.
I have no idea,
Probably
but I was
not.
wondering. So we're going to switch pages here. We're going to stay on the same sport, but we're going to just talk news. We'll talk some scores here in a minute, but we're going to talk news on the NFL. News. Good news. Last week. Well, this is good news. It's bad news because it happened, but it's good news
you
now.
You just said news 5 times in about 10 seconds,
Oh,
though.
well, you know, it's
News.
breaking news.
Good news.
So on good news here, Ryan Shazier. He's
Yeah.
on season-ending IR. That's not good.
That's not good.
But he had surgery, and they said he's showing sign and has feeling in his lower extremities.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah. And again, the scariest thing about that hit, excuse me, it looked like a very mundane hit.
Just had his head down. That's it.
And it's just, he had his head down, right? But maybe I'm remembering the video wrong. I haven't watched it in a minute. But it looks like his shoulder hits, and it just like folds up his back a little. And
It just folds it
back. And that kind of thing could happen on any given time the ball is
Anytime you play
and the
football.
fact that like we are all so grateful now that he's going to be able to even walk again,
Yes.
just shows how insane that sport is. Insane.
It's crazy. And then the team doubled down, and they just beat each other up even more.
Yeah.
And that was intense. How they did that blows me away. So great news there that he's good. Bad news on another side. Carson Wentz out for the year, torn ACL.
Gone.
How do you feel the Eagles' chances are now?
Not good. Nick Foles, I think, is very overrated.
I can't agree with you on that.
Okay, Nick Foles was in Philly, right?
But I got stats to back up
Nick
why.
Foles came to Philly, was
Yeah.
back up for Mike Vick.
Yep.
Like old Mike Vick. Nick Foles is the guy. This is the guy we drafted. This is the guy we feel really good about. Gone.
But hold on, time out here. Here's out here. Nick Foles stepped in a year earlier than he should have when Vic got hurt. Had 27 touchdowns. Carried the team. Played really good. Following year, they got rid of quite a few people, and he didn't have much there. Played okay.
Right.
Last year, they drafted Carson Wentz.
Yep.
It's like, this kid's bigger, stronger.
Nick left the Eagles, though. Nick
Well,
went to a different
yes,
team.
but
And
I
what
mean-
did he do there?
Nothing.
Exactly.
But they brought him back. He's going to be fine. I don't think they're going to win a Super Bowl, but I think they'll be fine.
And I think it's overblown that Nick is familiar with the Eagles system. It's a different coach.
I think he'll be. But he done it under Chip Kelly too, which also proves he's a good player. Because Chip Kelly sucked in the NFL.
Hey, Chip Kelly, eventually people caught on to him. But when he first came on, that was like a flash in the pan.
but
Oh my
now
God,
he's-
this is cool. This is a
now he's-
really, really fun offense. His first year,
terrible.
they won like 12-4.
I wouldn't even bet on him. Yeah, I mean 1 year. Yeah, that's just like I tell you. 1 year you can be good at anything for 1 year.
Yeah, so Nick Foles could be good for 1 year, and now he could suck.
He's going to be fine.
Okay.
Nick Foles will
Good
be
talk.
fine.
Good
Watch
talk.
me.
Good talk.
I'm
All
telling
right.
you, Nick Foles will be fine.
right.
I'm not saying they're going to go win the Super Bowl, but I am telling you they're making it to the NFC Championship
But what's the
game.
definition of being fine then?
They'll make it to the NFC Championship.
What are they right now? 10-3?
10-3.
So if you're 10-3 at this point, if you're 10-3,
They'll get a
your
first round
goal
bye.
is the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that's when you had your other quarterback. You're not going to do it
Okay,
now.
so then you're not fine if you're not going to win the Super Bowl and you're 10-3.
Well, you kind of know you're screwed. You already know that before. You already know that when he goes down. You're like, oh, well, that's just like Green Bay saying, hey, we're going to go play for a Super
So
Bowl.
then they're screwed.
Green Bay's not screwed. They're about to make the playoffs.
I don't follow your.
You're not
Wentz
screwed.
is
You just,
down
it's how
logic.
you make the best of it. And I think that,
If Wentz was healthy, do you see the Eagles in the Super Bowl?
yeah,
Okay, so Wentz is gone, and you don't see them in the Super Bowl anymore.
They're going to the NFC Championship, and they're going to be beat by a man who's coming back by the name of Aaron Rodgers.
So at this point in the season, it'd be impossible for them to be screwed, because your definition of screwed is like not making the playoffs.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because your season's over. You're done. If you make the playoffs, you did what you're supposed to do, make the playoffs. You're supposed to win a Super Bowl, but you at least make the playoffs.
They can still lose that first round bye, though.
No, they fall to a 2. No, they can. It can fall to a 3. You're right. Yeah. There's a lot of good teams in the NFC. But I think Green Bay makes it, and that's who wins the Super Bowl this year.
Green Bay?
Green Bay.
Wins the Super Bowl.
Wins the Super Bowl. Green Bay. Call me crazy, but they're going to win
You're
it.
fucking crazy.
You what? Crazy.
Someone spike your cookout?
Okay. Tell me why they won't win a Super Bowl.
Because it's Aaron Rodgers and 50 feet of shit all around him.
Okay, remember he won the Super Bowl with the 32nd best defense in the game. And, hold on, ready? Here we go. Who's going to be the freshest quarterback? Oh, that's right. Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, coming off a massive shoulder injury isn't exactly being fresh, bud.
He's going to have the freshest legs, freshest arm. He's going to be good.
That's not exactly being fresh.
Because Brady's got bumps and bruises. All of them got bumps and bruises. He's healed. He's not going to be cleared.
He's got nobody to throw the ball to.
Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, Devontae Adams. Who else you want to hear?
He's got no. Jordy's dead. Jordy's not playing, is he?
He's came back once or twice. He's in and out. He's weird right now.
They don't know but he hasn't been good this year.
No, he's been terrible.
Devontae Adams has been their only remotely decent receiver.
And Ty Montgomery's been hurt this year, broken ribs.
Off the waiver wire, and he's doing okay for me. Yeah.
Randall Cobb's been all right. Not been terrible.
Yeah,
he's having all right years, not great. But I'm still sticking with it. I'm sticking with the Packers. That's my call. Put it down right here. Packers win a championship. If you had to put money on a team out of the AF, who are you putting it on? Right now, you got to take your 401k out of the bank.
Well, considering I don't have a 401k, I got a lot of leniency to just wave it around here.
Wave it around.
The Patriots.
Going with the Patriots.
Obviously.
You're not going with the BBB group?
The who?
BBB group.
The Big Baller brand?
No. Big B. 3 Bs.
The Steelers?
Yeah. No. Big Ben, Le'Veon Bell, and Antonio Brown. BBB.
Nope. I'm anticipating at some point in the playoffs, Ben falls and breaks his leg, and he has to play he'll hobble back out on the field in a full walking boot.
Oh yeah, if he don't play,
he'll still play, but
yeah,
they don't beat the Patriots.
And before we hit a commercial break, I got one more question I want to discuss with you just real quick.
Yep.
Somebody comes out today and says they're retiring. He's the best punt returner in the game, 14 punt returns, and he had 5 kick returns and kickoffs. Devin Hester, most notable, his biggest kick was the Super Bowl when he played the Colts. Opening kickoff of the game, he runs it back.
Yeah.
And how do you feel seeing somebody like that step off the field after he's put in all that time?
We'll never see another player like him.
No, that was
especially with all the rule changes to kickoffs and stuff to much more encourage touchbacks. You'll never see another Devin Hester. You know, like that guy was on the team just to return.
That's all.
Like, they tried him at wide out, and he wasn't very good. But he was electric return.
He had hands. Like he had not hands. He had speed. He just could read cuts and go, but he couldn't run routes. He wasn't a route runner. Mm-hmm. He had to live by the seat of his pants and go. And you can't be a wide receiver and live by the seat of your pants because you're in trouble.
Yep.
So we're going to take us a quick commercial break here. We'll come back and talk about a couple games that happened in the NFL. Then we'll switch over to the NBA, and we will do a little discussing there to make you happy.
Okay. I like being happy.
So we'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Hey everyone, it's Dano, Red, and Michael of Roundabout Productions. We just want to tell you about something we've got coming up December 15th and 16th. We're going to do a 24-hour gaming live stream to support Extra Life charities. We want you to come out, help us raise some money. Red, why don't you tell them a little bit about Extra Life?
Extra Life, it's a network or a website where people put stuff together and help raise money for children who have life-threatening sicknesses and stuff like that. So you choose a hospital that means something to you from your hometown. I choose one from mine, and Dano chooses one from his hometown. We all don't see a dime, a penny. We see none of this, and we just stay up for 24 hours, play video games, and try to get this money raised for these children so they can have the help to get themselves feeling better. And that's what we're here to do, and no better way to do it than do that. So
exactly. We love playing video games, obviously, and we want to be able to give back through video games and help some kids who are really in need. So, Dano, why don't you explain a little bit about what we're going to be doing for 24 hours?
So, like Red said, we're going to be playing video games, and we'll do games where we get people that can join us online. We can all hang out, interact together. We'll have chats going the whole time. But again, the main thing is survival. Being in the same room for 24 hours with anybody, it's a method of survival. I am chief concerned about Michael's wife not killing me, being in her house for 24 hours straight. So, no, it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, something we've had circled on our calendar since last year. So, we love doing it. It's for a great cause.
And it's a great challenge for us, try to stay awake for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Last year, there were 4 of us, myself, Red, Dano, and a buddy of mine from Texas, Austin. Austin and I were the only ones to make it the full 24. Those 2 did not make it. So we're going to see this year who can go the 24. Good luck, gentlemen.
Yeah. I'm ready to do it. I think I can make it this year.
Not going to get hammered this year.
Good idea.
Not going to
Good
get
idea.
Hammered this year.
So we will see you December 15th. We'll have more details coming soon on goals and start time, where you can find it. But just circle it on your calendars and start saving your money. We want to raise a lot of money to help these kids in Children's Miracle Network hospitals through Extra Life Charities. So we'll see you then.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Red Line. I got Tom Dano here. As I said earlier, he decided to come back after the commercial breaks and not leave, so that's good.
Yep.
We're going to discuss some scores here.
I'm actually tied to this chair.
You're tied to it.
Can't
Oh,
go
man,
anywhere.
that's not good. Well, I guess it's good that I keep my hostages tied down here. Don't tell everybody that, though, or they won't come. So.
Yep.
Game that had a lot of implication in the NFC South. Atlanta and the Saints. Atlanta wins the game. The Saints were leading the division. The Saints have now lost 2 out of the last 3. Carolina is 1 game behind and still has to play Atlanta, so Atlanta could jump both of them. Carolina could jump over the Saints. Who wins that division and why?
The Saints, because of their running game.
You think the Saints do it with the running game?
Yeah.
Did you think the Saints had a bad running game in that game, or you think Atlanta just bowled hard?
And Atlanta balled hard, and I don't think that keeps up.
You don't
I think that was the
keep it?
first average game we've seen from Kamara in a long time, and I think he figures it out.
Kamara had
That kid's electric.
and they got him late in the draft too,
Yep.
man. That was a good pickup.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the running game was back for Atlanta. They brought it back. Freeman had 90 yards. Coleman ran for almost 90 yards too. They both ran really good. They had a really good running game. The passing was there for them. They hit Julio Jones for 100 yards. Matt Ryan looked, not going to say he looked good. He had 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
But here's an interesting stat. Listen to this. This is why I think Atlanta has a shot to win the division. I still think Carolina, but this is why. The NFL, with the quarterback throwing 2 interceptions, the NFL, the other teams in the NFL are 0-2 or 0-20 when your quarterback throws 2 interceptions. Sorry. The NFL is 0-20 when your quarterback throws 2 or more interceptions. Atlanta is 2-0 when Matt Ryan throws 2 interceptions or more. So they're winning without him producing. If he turns it on, they're fine.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So I think Atlanta might have a shot to win the division. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough for them to do. I'm not saying it isn't, because they still have to play Carolina, and Carolina's going to give everything they got because Carolina wants to win the division too. So that one's a wild card, man, because if the Saints turn it on, then the Saints got it. If they fall apart and Carolina turns it on, they got it. If Atlanta finds a way to do it, they're in.
Plus, there's so much history with those teams.
Exactly. And I think they're taking 2 teams from there no matter what. You got to take 2 teams out of that conference into the playoffs because they're just that good. So I think Atlanta, I don't know. I'm sticking to my guns. Carolina wins the division. Sticking to it. One we have to talk about. We don't have to hit on it real hard, but the game in the snow globe.
Oh, yeah.
The Colts and the Bills. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Might as well just took a snow globe, shook it up, and just let it fall right on them, right?
Yep.
That game was crazy. Mm-hmm. How crazy was that?
It was insane. I mean, you could barely see the players. When in that kind of game, you basically just hope you fall in the right direction.
Yeah. I mean, players were hitting the ground, and it was just like a splash of snow, and you couldn't even see them.
Nope.
They were out there scraping the field so Vinatieri could kick field goals.
Yeah.
He was
Had the
missing
whole damn
field
team
goals.
out there.
That's what I mean. It's crazy. I mean, you were missing field goals, which he doesn't do.
Yep.
Guys, I actually remember hearing this. The guys were walking down the actual down lines, like the 20, the 50, and the 10. They were walking down them to get to the locker room so they didn't have to walk through the snow because the snow was so deep that it was tiring them out by the time they got to the locker room.
It's crazy.
Like, there was a foot of snow on the ground, dude. And these guys played football in it. That'd be why the score was only, 13-7.
Yeah.
It was very low scoring. Colts are done, by the way, just so you know. They're going to get a very good draft pick because of that.
Yeah.
And they're going to do that like I think they're going to do. They're going to trade their assets, get good stuff to keep Andrew Luck, and they'll be good because they know all the older quarterbacks are retiring in years, and they got a franchise quarterback.
Interesting take.
That's what I think. Because he's the next tier. Think about it. What do you got? You got Big Ben, already discussed in retirement. Tom Brady. Okay? And then you got Phillip Rivers. All your guys you really think of all the time are getting up there in age. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. But a guy like Russell Wilson's going to be around for a while.
Yeah, but that's your next tier.
A guy like Jameis Winston's improving a lot.
Oh, no,
every
he's not.
year.
He's terrible. He can't even stay out of trouble. He's got the worst record in the NFC South.
He's improving a lot, though.
He's the worst record in the NFC South. He's even worse than Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota is leading his division.
I don't know. I see your point about there's a lot of guys that are going to be retiring, but I don't think the current crop, I don't think Luck's definitively at the top of that.
I think he's right to the next top.
Okay.
He took a roster when he came in that was complete.
Remind everyone what your
Arse.
favorite team is here, please.
Me?
Yeah.
Tennessee Titans.
You got an Indianapolis Colts sticker on the back of your car. And you're
No,
from
it's
Indiana.
not. It's not mine. It's my mom's
You're from
sticker.
Indiana.
I'm a Titans fan. But he came in there, and he led the team to not just one, but 2 11-4 seasons.
Okay.
And
But that's only 2
he
years.
sucked with players,
That's only 2 years.
but he got hurt after that.
That's only 2 years.
But he's been hurt the last 2.
Yeah, but you need 3 years. You said.
I'm just saying, he'll be fine. Trust me. He'll be fine.
All right, good.
Andrew
Okay.
Luck,
All right.
I'm buying him.
So that's Nick Foles, just trust me, and
Trust
Andrew
me.
Luck, just trust me.
Trust me.
Okay.
If you're buying a team,
All right.
trust me.
Okay. Are we buying a
me.
team?
If we are, we're getting Andrew Luck as a
All right,
quarterback.
all right.
And we're not gonna get Saquon. We're getting Christian McCaffrey. Just so you know.
We're out of business already.
No, McCaffrey, dude, he's a beast. But Andrew Luck, straight up, dude, he's the deal. He's the deal. Trust me. He's the next tier. San Francisco at Texans. Jimmy Garoppolo, second game.
Mm-hmm.
He's 2-0.
Yeah.
Is he a starter?
Yeah. You better hope he's a damn starter. They traded enough for him.
Well, think about it. If he's not your franchise quarterback. You can trade him off, get assets, draft high in the draft, and get somebody else.
He's your starter. Yeah.
That's who you want to keep.
Yeah.
You trade the assets and get wide receivers for him?
Yeah.
That's what you do? That's what I do,
They
too.
made their bed. They got to lay in it now.
You don't have to. You don't lose if you're them.
You don't pull the plug on it already.
I'm
After
saying
what
at the
you
end of the
already
year.
get-
No, I'm saying at the end of the year.
If you're asking yourself after 2 games if he's your guy, then your team's already screwed because
But
you
he-
should have asked yourself that before you pulled the trigger and made the trade for him.
Yeah, but at the same time, they could be saying, all right, well, now we're just showcasing what he can do because he was sitting behind Brady. Now we're showcasing it, and we're going to get the assets for him. So they don't lose because now they still get a high draft pick from it, too. So they're not losing, I don't think. If you're San Francisco, you're not losing that bet.
I don't think the Niners are in the business right now of just showcasing a guy for the sake of shipping him.
I don't either, but there's been wilder. There's been way wilder. Eagles at Rams. We talked about that a little bit. Biggest thing that happened from that game was Wentz went down.
Yep.
ACL done, hurt, not good. Nick Foles will be okay, though. Nick Foles will carry the team to the NFC Championship.
Because,
He's a beast.
trust me.
Yeah, just trust me.
Yeah, trust me.
Okay, he's probably not going to make it to the NFC Championship, but he will make it. If he makes it to the NFC Championship, I'll be really
But they're
thrilled.
not screwed.
No, they're not.
How? Okay.
Because they still know what they got coming back. That's like saying the Colts are screwed. Oh, no, they're not. They got Andrew Luck. They're
I'm not
fine.
talking about next year. I'm talking about this year, bud.
That's just 1 year. You're fine. They're fine. Trust me.
Oh, Red.
Nick Foles will be okay. You'll see. The biggest controversy, or not controversiest game, but the biggest game was the one with the Steelers when they played and Big Ben went crazy.
Yeah.
The Steelers played.
Sitting on my bench.
Oh, you said him?
Yep.
Oh, that was a genius idea. They played the Ravens, and Big Ben threw for over 500 yards.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Still barely beat him. That's
And
crazy.
Yeah, and still barely won. He just, I really think, this is crazy. Call me crazy, but I really think
I
that.
have been.
Well, but you know I'll be right.
Ever since I've known you.
Okay, that's very true. But this is, you're going to say, what? Call me crazy. I think that they have a game plan. It's Big Ben, just throw the ball to whoever you want, Antonio Brown, obviously. And he'll catch the ball. We know he will. But then the crazy thing to me is, excuse me there, how the Steelers can struggle beating the Browns, struggle beating the Colts, struggle beating Cincinnati, and now struggle beating the Ravens. Four teams they've struggled with and won on field goals. And every one of them besides one sucks.
Yeah. It's the NFL. Like, you never know. You never know.
As much as everybody,
what the hell I'm going to see any Sunday when I sit down.
Exactly. As much as everybody says, the Browns.
Hell, if you would have asked me last week what the most definitive game for this upcoming weekend was, right? I'd say the Patriots are going to smack the snot out of the Dolphins. Well, Dolphins beat the Patriots.
See, I would have went completely different. I would have said that the Packers were going to smash the Browns. They barely won in overtime. That's where I would have went. But it just proves that you got to be good to play in the NFL. It doesn't matter who you play for. You may have an 0-16 record, but you're still pretty good. In my mind.
Hot take. Professionals are good.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
That's a hot take. There you
well,
go.
there's some professionals aren't good.
Who?
Poker players.
That's fair.
They're just good at bluffing.
But they're professional at what they do. So they're good at
maybe
what
they
do.
wear stickers on their shirt that say poker stars or whatever.
They're good at what they do.
You know what I'm talking about, whatever. They're okay. They're not great. They're okay. So with that being said, pick to win a Super Bowl. Patriots. Why can't you bet against them? Because of Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski.
It's not even. It's Belichick. I'm convinced it's Belichick.
I'm not.
I'm convinced they could put me in at quarterback and I'd be just as good as Tom Brady.
I'm telling you my pick, dude. It's Packers all day, every day. Twice on Sunday. If Aaron Rodgers returns this week to play Carolina, here in Carolina, Packers win it.
I did go today and I actually picked up Aaron Rodgers off the waiver wire in one of my leagues.
That's good. It's a good pickup.
Right? I felt like it was a good pickup. And I feel like he'll be okay. He could come back and be...
Have you not seen the videos of him throwing? Dude, he threw like a 45-yard bomb.
No, because I don't have a problem like you do.
Oh. He threw like a 45-yard cannon down like no grimace. None. Like, didn't even show any sign. He just released him.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. He's fine.
Then they're not good enough to win the Super Bowl.
Just
not good enough to win the NFC.
Huh?
They're not good enough to win the NFC.
Who's going to win the NFC?
Now, my money is on the Saints.
No. They've lost 2 out of their 3 games.
So?
They got beat by Carolina, and they just got beat by Atlanta in the same division.
Okay.
No.
What's the Packers record recently, bud?
They've been playing with Brett Hundley. They're 7-6, and Brett Hundley's won 3 out of the last 4.
What do you have to base off of that? Aaron Rodgers is going to drop back to pass, and his arm's not just going to flip and fall off.
Because Aaron Rodgers is a machine. He is the most well-gifted quarterback there is, and plus he's trying to live up.
So this sounds again like a trust me.
No, this isn't a trust me. This is straight facts. He knows that he's living up behind a very, very iconic man who played there in the name of Brett Favre, and he knows he's got to go showcase himself, and he's going to go do it.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, he knows what he's got to live behind. Brett Favre was there, and he's got to.
Brett Favre didn't get along.
But he knows
He
what
doesn't like Brett Favre.
He doesn't have to, but he knows what Brett.
So why is he living up to the legacy of Brett Favre? Why do you think he's?
Because he's in Lambeau Field. It's Brett Favre. He has to.
He's Brett Favre.
He doesn't have. Well, I mean, a lot of people hate people, but he's living up behind him because he plays for the same team in Lambeau Field. It's who he's compared to, and he's always going to be compared to.
You know who's doing it for? The OG Bart Starr.
Who the hell bought?
He's like the first Packers. He was the first quarterback when the Packers won the first ever Super Bowl. He was the quarterback, and I like his name.
I'm telling you right now, dude.
Bart Starr.
Packers, dude.
Bart
You can't
Starr.
go wrong betting on the Packers.
Yeah.
They made themselves almost into the playoffs with Brett Hundley.
What was their record with Hundley?
3-1.
Against who?
The Browns.
Yeah, barely beat the Browns.
I don't remember who they just played the week before that, but they won in overtime again.
Yeah.
Then he got throttled one week. Got throttled.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember who that was, and he won the other one. I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, barely.
But they were all barely wins, yes.
Okay.
But they still won. It don't matter. A win's a win.
I don't know.
And that's what Brett Hundley, a starter who has been in the league for 3 years, backed up behind him in his first year getting a shot in the regular season to do anything. And he's doing it with Jordy Nelson out, like you already said. And he's got one wide receiver. And they're on their 7th string running back.
But Aaron Rodgers is playing with those same people around.
But Aaron Rodgers is a playmaker, baby.
Yeah. But
That's like if you took Russell Wilson away from Seattle.
Aaron Rodgers can drop back and look like a playmaker all damn day, but
he's
if he ain't
good.
got no one to catch a damn ball, it ain't going to work.
Yeah, it will.
How?
Because he just throws it. You catch it. Same thing with Tom Brady.
if anybody could just throw it and catch it,
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers wins the Super Bowl every flipping year.
I mean, no, not that way. Look at, Peyton Manning, perfect example.
Okay.
If you got a good quarterback, you're going to have a good wide receiving core because a quarterback can make a wide receiver who's average look good. And that's what he is. I'm telling you right now, Aaron Rodgers, write me down, whatever you want. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback to ever step on an NFL football field.
I agree.
And that's why he's going to go win the Super Bowl.
I think Rodgers is incredible.
He's better than Tom Brady.
I agree.
That's why he's going to win it.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
He's fresh, dude. He is healthy.
I don't get how you call someone being out because their arm damn near fell off, coming back, and you're like, oh no, he's fresh.
He is fresh, dude.
He's fresh. When Ryan Shazier can walk again and comes back, is he fresh?
If he's healthy, yes.
I don't see that.
Just like when you go get surgery. Let's use surgery as an example because that's what he had. Go get your appendix taken out. 3 days later, you're up walking. 4 days later, doctor says you're clear. Guess what? You're fresh. You're healthy. You're good. That means the doctor has cleared you, and you are good. You are safe. You are healthy to do your job. Yeah. Guess what? If the doctors clear him and say, Aaron Rodgers is good to go. He's healthy. He's fresh. He's rested. He's ready to go because he hasn't had any contact. Nobody's touched him.
I just disagree with that point about when you're injured, you come back fresh. Like, I get it. You've got
your body has not been beat up.
Recovered from your injury. But the idea of calling somebody,
I think he's
that's
fine.
Come back from a massive injury fresh.
They're winning the Super Bowl. I think I'm probably wrong, but I'm just saying it because I want them to. Well, it's now 7 o'clock.
Yep.
And I know you want to play some 2K.
Yep.
So obviously we're going to discuss a little basketball to get you on the basketball set of mind. What do you think MVP as of right now? Who is it?
I go Harden.
James Harden?
Yeah.
I could go with that. I could also go with LeBron James, obviously.
Obviously, you always can.
And there's two more I'm going to toss out there. One of them you're going to call me biased on. The other
Victor Oladipo.
Victor Oladipo.
You're drunk.
He's awesome.
You're drunk.
He looks good this year.
If you think they're giving the MVP to Victor Oladipo,
they won't, but he's in the candidates right now in my mind. In the other one, I called it, and you said I was crazy on it. Kyrie.
Yeah, Kyrie. I can't argue. I thought you were crazy when you made your take on Kyrie, but he showed up this year.
I don't think those are the ones.
Excuse me. I don't think it lasts. I really don't. I don't think Kyrie shows up like that when there's good team defense on Kyrie, he's neutralized.
Yes, very neutralized, but he can still ball. And he opens everybody else up when they neutralize.
Kyrie could damn well win the MVP.
Be awesome.
And I'd be fine with it, right? Because he's playing his arse off. But I don't think, not good enough to beat the Cavs.
It's not going to be enough to beat the Cavs.
That would be an incredible
Series.
Eastern Conference Finals, though.
Those two? Yeah. And then imagine if you had Gordon Hayward back. Oh, my God. That would be awesome. And then you had Isaiah Thomas. You had both teams are healthy, stacked, ready to go head-to-head. Who are you picking?
Say it again?
Those teams are both healthy. Right now is their roster set. Healthy, though. Both of them.
With Cavs got IT.
Cavs got IT. And Boston's got who they got. Who do you got?
Cavs.
Taking the Cavs.
Taking the Cavs.
How many games?
6.
Taking Boston in 7.
Boston in 7. Okay.
Boston in 7. That's what I'm taking.
It'd be an awesome series to watch. Awesome series.
I want Boston in 7 there.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know who you think there. OKC, struggling. Hard. Big 3.
Big time.
Very bad schedule. Everybody says, well, the big three's got growing pains.
Yeah.
Growing pains. There's been a lot of teams that have been big threes, but they've been fine. We'll use Miami as an example.
Yep.
Chris Paul, Chris Bosh, LeBron, and Dwayne Wade.
Yep.
They were 18-8 when they started. They were fine, but there were growing pains, they said. This team here is terrible.
Yep.
Paul George, Carmelo Anthony, and Russell. Paul's numbers are down. His shooting is way down. He's shooting like 42% from the field. Carmelo's numbers are down compared to what they've been down playing in New York.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I think the main reason this team sucks this year is because of next year.
Why is that?
Because no one is convinced that PG and Melo are going to be in OKC long term.
I think Melo stays. Paul heads to LA, joins LeBron. LeBron plays with him. And guess who? Oh, give me some love. Brandon Ingram.
What? What about what did you say about Brandon Ingram?
That's where he's going to be out there playing with LeBron.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Brandon Ingram can come off the bench on that team.
That's fine, but he's still going to get bam, hardware.
Okay, but he's coming off the bench.
Yeah, he's going to have him.
So he's not a good player.
That's going to be 4 people out there to ball hard.
Brandon Ingram's not a good player.
Be 4 of them out there to ball hard. You're going to have LeBron,
Okay.
Paul George,
Okay.
Lonzo, your disher, who's going
Oh, go
dish
yourself.
it. He's going to dish
Go
it. He's the
yourself.
youngest guy in history to have a triple-double.
If Lonzo Ball wins a championship as a starting point guard on a team, I will quit watching the NBA.
He's going to do it.
Lonzo Ball
It will
is
happen
shit.
next year. You'll
He
see.
is shit.
Because Brandon Ingram's going to do it with him.
Oh, my God. Coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Okay.
He might start, though.
Over.
I don't know. They'll find a way to get him in there. I don't
Do
know.
you think they're going to find a way to get him in over LeBron?
But they'll put him in like the
They'll
5.
dish his ass out of town to make room to on the
Nah, they
contract to
won't
get
put him in.
LeBron.
But he'll
and
come
Paul
off the
George.
bench. You're right. But I don't know, man. He'll be okay. They'll put him in a 1 guard.
Well, why?
Put him in. Why?
Why?
Because LeBron's the man. And so is PG.
Trust me.
If
There you
LeBron
go.
and Paul George head to LA,
I'm going to rename this to, hey, just trust me.
trust me.
podcast. Yeah.
This is the take.
Yeah.
Trust me. I think OKC's in more trouble than you think.
No, I think they're in deep shit. Don't get it twisted. I think they're in deep shit.
Well, I
think
think-
the reason they suck this year, right?
Yep.
Is because no one is convinced that the big 3 is going to be in place for more than one season.
See, I think it's bigger than that.
What do you think?
I think that the reason it's bigger than that is, like I said, Paul George's numbers are down. His shooting is, and so is Melo's. But who just won Player of the Week this week in the West? Kevin Durant, who played with Russell. Kevin Durant. Who won in the East this week? Victor Oladipo. Who's getting better? Victor Oladipo. Who played with him? Russell. Serge Ibaka, numbers went up. Everybody who's played with Russell
I
after
see
they've
the
left
Durant
have
point.
went
The
up.
Oladipo point is you strictly just, holy shit, Oladipo looked really good last week.
No, his numbers are way up. Are you nuts?
Oladipo looked good last week.
His numbers are up. He's the star on that team. Him, Miles Turner, and Thad Young, that's the team right now.
Okay, that's a shit team.
And Charlotte's probably the worst team in the NBA. And they just beat, I don't remember, Golden State? Was it Golden State they just beat? Or the Cavs? I don't remember. They beat somebody. They beat somebody. They shouldn't have beat him. I just watched it the other day. I don't remember who it was. But Charlotte won.
Yeah, the Oklahoma City is. The Thunder are a dumpster fire right now.
They're in trouble. A lot.
I mean, we've seen the only way to rebuild a team in the NBA is to just blow it the F up.
Huh?
You gotta blow it up.
The Pacers have done blowed it up.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But they
what
got that-
my point is about the Thunder.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the Pacers still.
What they've done, and they're in a tough spot, right? Because they've got such a talent in Westbrook.
And they got a sweet center whose numbers are up in Steven Adams.
Right. But that's not enough to get you a title.
You got Paul George.
They thought, oh, let's just go grab PG. Let's just go grab Carmelo. We'll put him on the court. We'll be good. It's going to be
But
fine.
the problem is they're isolation players. They're ISO guys.
Right.
They were
My
for
point-
the top 5 ISO
My point
guys.
is that you need to just blow your effing team up and start over where you build a team together.
But you can't do that because Russ ain't going to let it happen because that's Russ's team. Okay, he's already told him. It's his team. They're like, Russ, this is your team.
Right. Okay, well, that's on the organization. Frankly, they should have shipped if they.
I think you should have kept him. It was a good pick. I'd have kept Russell.
It was an incredible pick.
But I would've-
And what
I would've
makes it
kept-
so difficult, I think, is part of the when they went from the Sonics to the Thunder. Westbrook's been there. You know, Westbrook
So
is
was
that
Durant.
franchise. When Durant went up Schitt's Creek to Golden State,
But he was there when they were to Sonic too.
right.
For 1 year. He was there 1 year.
Right, but they
Bail.
were so focused on holding on to that one piece of the past that they had with Russell.
I would have kept Durant. Durant's better.
They couldn't keep Durant.
I would have let go of Russell and kept Durant.
No shit, they would have kept Durant if they won.
That's what I did.
They didn't have a choice.
I would have found a way to make it happen.
How?
I don't know what I would have did, but I
You
would have
gonna
never signed.
handcuff him to the desk.
He would have stayed with me. He would have got the fattest contract you've ever seen.
He
It'd been $400 million.
He could have made more money in Oklahoma City and decided to go make less in Golden State.
I'd have gave him $400 million. He'd have stayed. I wouldn't have had a team. but-
$400 million.
Yeah.
So you'd break the law.
You know.
Okay.
It would be under the table. They do it in basketball all the time. You saw it with the college scandals. I did it. Who cares? Part of it, right?
And, okay. You might get one good year, and you better enjoy it because you might be watching the next.
I'll be watching from
you'll
the-
you'll be watching the next 100
jail
seasons
cell.
from jail cell.
They
Exactly.
sitting there fraud or something.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give you a second to talk. I'm not a big fan of it. We're going to give you a second to talk about it.
Hit me.
Tonight, game, ESPN, 9:30.
Yep.
Sixers
Yep.
and the T-Wolves.
Yep.
Who wins, why, and who's your pick? Not on that, but who's your pick to be the player of the game? Sorry. That's what I meant.
T-Wolves win tonight.
Ooh.
Sixers are in a skid right now. It's game 27 of the regular season. I'm not losing sleep over it. Boy, is it going to be fun to watch Cat Towns and Joel Embiid go at it.
Want to see him beat and bang inside?
It's going to be fun. Not even inside. Those guys play inside and outside.
I think Ben Simmons twisted his ankle tonight. If he twists his ankle, that would be funny, wouldn't it?
I'll fucking kill you.
If he twists his ankle and he's out for the year.
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill this monkey.
I think he has a pretty good night. I don't think it's great. I think he has a good night.
Here's my prediction for the game, right? Ben Simmons scores 5,000 points, has 5,000 rebounds and 5,000 assists, and I go into the shop tomorrow and I ask you, hey, how did Ben look last night? And you're like, he sucks.
He does.
That's my take for the game tonight.
I think here's what I see. Ben Simmons has an okay night. Scores 6, 5, and 5. 6, 5, and 5, give or take. That's what he's got.
Okay, he hasn't scored that low the entire time he's been in the league, but continue.
But I give him 6, 5, and 5.
Okay.
That's what he's going to do tonight. He's going to have an off night. They're on a skid, like you were saying. Plus, he's playing against a lot of young, good talent. I think MB has a strong night because he goes in there and beats and bangs with Karl Anthony Towns. Because Towns' numbers are down this year. Towns is down this year. Embiid is up. I think Embiid wins the battle inside, but I think Simmons goes down. I think that they really win with Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
So
I don't like. I love the Sixers. You know that. I love them.
Yeah.
But I don't get excited about Game 27 of the regular.
I get excited
season.
about all of them.
I know. I know.
So, Embiid, best big man in the game.
Not yet.
Who is it?
I gotta give it to Porzingis.
I got to give it to Hassan Whiteside.
You're how?
He's a big man. A big man's supposed
Did you
to
see
block.
the power rankings that came out of best players in the NBA right now?
I ain't seen it yet.
And where do you think it has Joel Embiid in the league?
How many
in
is
the
there ranked?
entire league?
How many ranked?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, if I had to rank him top 50, I'm going to put him. Embiid to be about 25th.
Okay.
Ben Simmons about 50th.
Okay, they have Joel Embiid as the 8th best player in the NBA right
No
now.
way.
Let's see.
There is no way he's the 8th best player right now in the NBA. Because I want to know who they think is not better than him. Because it's crazy. Because they got probably crazy names underneath him that should never be there.
Because you don't like him.
No, there's players that are underneath him that you're going to say, nope, they shouldn't be there. Nope, they shouldn't be there. The exact same thing I'm going to wind up saying when we look at that. That's putting players under him that shouldn't even think about being there.
Like, Hassan Whiteside is the best big man in the league?
Yeah, big man's supposed to be in there blocking. Blocking and getting rebounds, what a big man's supposed to do.
Okay, yeah, you can do that all day and your team's going to suck.
Because that's what Shaq did. It was fine.
It's not the same league.
I know, that's why a big man should be in my mind.
Okay, well, congratulations. The team you're running sucks.
No, you shoot outside balls, just like Golden State does.
Okay.
You get the guards who shoot the threes outside. Get the big man to get the boards, toss it outside, and hit the threes, win the games.
I hate my phone.
That's what they're doing there in
my phone.
GS. They're shooting threes, scoring points, winning games from the outside.
Yeah, without what?
A big man.
Yeah, then why the hell do you need a big man?
Because you
in
need
the
a big
middle?
man to get the boards. Draymond is their big man.
Hassan. Okay, then Draymond Green's better than Hassan Whiteside.
No. Draymond's just what is he? He's an energy guy. He's a vibe man. He's what builds a vibe. Sorry, we're waiting here, guys. I want to see this list. He can't get it. I'll look and see. What do you want me to type in? Tell me.
There's something about ESPN put out their power ranking, NBA player rankings.
Player power.
Just go to the NBA tab. It's probably sitting there on the homepage. Player rankings. It's right there, bud. Right there. So P1, LeBron James.
Yeah, no surprise there.
P2, Antetokounmpo.
Harden 3.
Harden 3. Devin Booker 4. Devin Booker's a stud. A stud. Kevin Durant 5th.
He's not better than Durant though.
He's playing better than right now. Boogie. Oladipo at 7th. Holy crap, he had a good week. Lou Will at 8th.
CP.
Chris Paul at 9th. I don't know what the hell I was looking at, but I saw something that
That's what I'm saying. There's no way you
today.
could put him at that, dude. There's so many rock stars out there. There's no way I would have put him in the top 10. Like, he's good, but I wouldn't have put him in the top 10.
The Sixers are trying to get Lou, though.
I also heard another one today.
Who?
I don't know who he's going to, but there's rumors floating that Buggs is about to be out.
Boogie?
Yeah.
Really?
There's serious trade inquiries and people talking about getting Buggs. Oh, DeMarcus Cousins there might be on his way out the door. There's talks. I saw that today. It was pretty crazy.
I don't know about him. He's a good player, but
I don't know who they all were.
he seems like trouble in the locker room.
I don't know who they all were, but I did see that there were people talking about
All right.
letting him out. So we went for a while here.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Yep.
remember that guy like in college football? Old man.
Everybody, you love everybody.
Not in college football. There's one coach that I really like. And don't say Saban because it ain't him. Coach Bill Snyder, dude. He's coming back. He's 72 years old.
He's coming back?
Coming back to coach again. That guy is old, ain't he? That's my boy right there. So we're going to end on that right there because that is awesome. On a high note, Bill Snyder's coming back. I hope I'm coaching football at that age or even broadcasting, whatever.
I hope I'm alive at that age. Actually, I don't know if I hope I'm alive at that age.
You do.
Whatever, we'll see.
Dude, I want to be taxidermied.
I know you do. You want to be taxidermy with a beer in one hand and your hand
High five
in the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just told everybody what I want to be, so.
Yeah, congratulations. Your life
Well, you're
dream.
going to tell everybody now they're all going to be ruined by it and all that, so it's okay. So.
They're going to be ruined by it if they walk into a building and see your dead corpse standing up giving a high five. That's going to ruin people.
Nah, I think it'd be cool, don't you?
No.
I'd be like, high five.
No. Who would ever... Who? No.
Well, LeBron James is going to be famous, so probably taxidermy.
I'm not going to taxidermy himself. No, there's never... No human has ever been taxidermy.
Well, I'll try it out for him. They do it. They do it to mammals all the time.
Animals.
Mammals.
Yes, but they are animals.
But they're mammals. We are mammals. It could be done.
Trust me.
We just went way off subject on this
We
here,
did,
but it's fine. Whatever. So, hope you guys enjoyed the Red Line, episode 11. He's Tom Dano. I'm Jimmy Red. I don't think he's going to come back to this show again because he didn't seem like he enjoyed this one. So, I hope he does.
No, we did. We had some good debate today.
Yes, we did. So, that's been the Red Line. And
I'll be
we'll
back
see you-
eventually.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Just gotta decompress.
Okay.
Let the need to punch you in the mouth simmer down a little bit.
Okay, well, we're going to let you get in there.
Especially when you say Ben Simmons is going to roll his ankle tonight. You monkey.
I had to put it out there. I had to give you that. So, but you want to go play 2K because it's killing you right now. You want to play till your eyes bleed, and your basketball comes on at 9:30. You want to watch it.
Yep.
And I'm going to let you do that. So this has been the Red Line, episode number 11, and Tom Dano and me have sat here and debated, and I think it went swimmingly.
Master debated.
Yes, we did.
There we go.
So thank you. We'll see you guys again in the weeks to come on
The Red Line.
the Red Line.